Super Casey here, and you're listening to This Freakin' Show.
What's up, everybody? I am Travesty.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And welcome to another episode of This Freakin' Show. It is the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. The same weekly podcast that is brought to you every week by Audible.com. If you're just like me and you're a huge fan of stories and learning about history, you're just not a big fan of reading that history yourself, Audible.com is the best place for you to go. It's a one-stop shop for you for all audiobooks that are available to you right now just by going to audibletrial.com/freaknet today and get your 30-day free trial. And on top of that 30-day free trial, you also get a credit towards your free book purchase. That's right. You get a 30-day free trial plus your first book free if you go to audibletrial.com/freaknet today and enjoy all the audiobooks that are available to you right now.
This Freakin' Show is also brought to you by WeAreAdvertise.com. If you want a high-quality knit tie for the low price of just $15, head on over to WeAreAdvertise.com and use the special discount code FREAKIN to even get free shipping on your order. That's right, a high-quality knit tie for just $15 and free shipping. Head on over to WeAreAdvertise.com. Use the special discount code FREAKIN, that's FREAKIN, today.
Joe, I'm not a big fan of taking weeks off, man, because it feels like it's been too long since I spoke with you.
I feel ya.
Like if there was a way to where you didn't have to adult as much as you need to, and just to live free and enjoy a weekly podcast with your brother, you know,
That would be fun.
Yeah. I gotta tell you though, since working at the fire pit, I've had a lot of fun doing it. It's
good.
It's been awesome. Like, yeah, and my biggest worry, because you know me, I don't like people. But,
That's true. That's true.
right? But, you know, being able to sit behind the bar and get people drunk while they give you money is probably the best feeling in the fucking world.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I believe that. I can see how that would be a blasty blast.
Yeah. Guys, if you're ever in the local area of Peatone and you ever want to stop in at the Fire Pit Bar and Grill, Travesty is behind the bar pretty much every other weekend. And yeah, come down. Give me some money. And I will give you alcohol. And don't be one of those goofy people that want to try all these exotic drinks like Awkward Colin and I used to do back in the day when we used to go to bars and get weird shit that we just make up through mixology. I never realized how much of a pain in the ass that shit is, especially when the bar is busy. Holy fuck.
I can see that. Although it does make me want to come in and see what you would charge me and or give me if I ordered an Awkward Colin.
It would be an abundance of like rum chata, and I'd probably have to find the goofiest fucking glass. Like it wouldn't even be like, oh god, you know what? It had to be like a hot toddy glass, like a coffee mug, but in a glass form. It has like a fucking base on it.
Nice.
Probably something like that. Definitely with rum chata and maybe maybe like a Boilermaker that consists of like a very stout IPA and a rum chata shot.
Ooh, that actually sounds really tasty.
Right? It had to be tasty because either that or it'd be like rum chata and gin. And how would you want to live your life after that?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Exactly.
To be honest, that'd be like the world's worst cement mixer.
Right? Oh god, I couldn't even imagine.
The cement mixer's bad enough on its own.
Yeah, when was the last time you had a cement mixer?
It wasn't when I turned 21. That was the first time I had one. Somebody else turned 21. I think when our little brother Michael turned 21 was the last time I had one.
God, now what the hell is in it? It's like lemon juice and Bailey's and some shit.
Bailey's? It can't just be lemon juice and Bailey's. There's got to be something else.
I know there's something else. I just can't fucking remember what it is. I mean, I don't know. And that's the weird thing. Is like, because I love cottage cheese, but for some reason, when I see shit like that curdle, it's like when those people take way too long to fucking drink an Irish car bomb.
Yes,
Like,
that is 100% what it's like.
right? It's like you sit there and it's like, listen, okay, this is what you gotta do. You gotta drop the shot in, and then you gotta chug it because it starts curdling. But they're like, I don't like chugging drinks, and then they're fucking sipping. I'm like, you're gonna regret everything about your life in about a minute and a half.
Ugh.
Right? And then you just paid for an alcoholic version of cottage cheese just now.
That's exactly what you did. Just an adult cottage cheese.
Yeah, I do gotta
Which is not as much fun as adult chocolate milk.
Right? It's not what you think, really. It's like, holy shit, cottage cheese alcoholic, I'm there. No, trust me, it is not right whatsoever.
So bad.
God. And then they have to finish it, or else they're wasting your money, and then they look like an asshole.
Yeah, right. I have historically been the guy who's like, if you're not going to drink that in the next 5 seconds, give it to me.
Yeah, I found a new respect for the Irish car bomb shots that I learned how to make in bartending school because of watching the people do Irish car bombs that can't chug it fully. And I mean, and it's so easy because like basically when you're creating the shot, all it is it's because the normal Irish car bomb, you fill a glass with it's Guinness, Jameson, and you drop in the Baileys, right?
It's Guinness, and then you drop in the Jameson and Bailey's.
Drop in the Jameson and Baileys. So
yeah,
in order just to make the shot, all it is Bailey's, Jameson, and Kahlua, and it tastes exactly the fucking same. But now you're just making it into like a shot. It doesn't curdle.
Oh yeah, that sounds delicious.
It's fucking
That sounds
amazing.
really good.
And I have yet to make one as a bartender, but at the bartending school, he taught us like, hey, I'm going to show you to make an Irish car shot. We didn't call them Irish car bomb shots. An Irish car shot. He's like, basically, it's an Irish car bomb, but you're not making it into a bomb. You're not going to waste Guinness. You're just going to use Kahlua, Bailey's, and Jameson. And he fucking made it right until the person's ready to fucking take it. And I was like,
nice.
damn, do you think? I mean, they're fucking incredible. But yeah, no, God, I'm gonna see if I can put the awkward count as a special on the board.
I dig that. Have you ever? I think it's called an Irish hand grenade.
Heard a name, but I've never had it.
It's the same thing as an Irish car bomb, but instead of doing a shot glass of like half Jameson, half Bailey's or whatever it is, you do a shot glass of Jameson and a shot glass of Bailey's, and you nestle it into the top of the Guinness glass, and you pull the Jameson out and shoot it, and then drink the rest.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. I've actually I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna have to look it up one day. But there's a shot that's like that, where it's 3 shots on top. You pull one, shoot it, pull the other one and shoot it. When you pull the second one, then the other one falls in. I can't remember what the fuck it is. I'd have to look that up because that one looks pretty cool to me. I don't know if I'd ever have the ability to fucking try to nestle them together. I'd probably just give up as a bartender. Like, you know what? Fuck it, it's yours. You know?
I feel that.
Or get what the hell is that? I don't know if they're hibachi restaurants or not, something like that, where they put the shot like sitting on top of like 2 chopsticks. They're kind of like spread apart, and then you hit the table, and then it falls in.
I've never had that, but it looks like fun.
Yeah, with flaming Dr. Pepper, something I want to try one day.
Nice.
I want to try one of those. I've never had one of those before.
I don't think I've ever heard of one of those.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but apparently he set something on fire, and I guess it's some kind of douchebag drink, like a Jaeger bomb. So I think it's like one of those like East Coast, like not so much like people in their 20s are trying to like party and shit like that, but more like people in their 40s who are still trying to party and shit like that.
Oh yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, like like those kids who like work at their dad's firm who really doesn't do much, but like try not to sexually harass the interns and shit. Those guys do flaming Dr. Peppers.
Gotcha.
So shout out to you guys in your attempts not to hit on the interns, you fucking assholes. Joe, how have you been, man? It's been a week since we got to sit down and chat and everything. I'm going to take full blame for us not recording last week. That's on me, and I'm sure our viewers didn't like the fact that we weren't here for them. So that's all on me. I picked up a second job at Firepit, like I said. I did have to work last week during the week, which is rare and new for me because normally I just stick to the weekends on my second job. But It's been a week. What have you been up to, and what's been going on with you on your end?
Honestly, a lot and also very little at the same time. It was actually you couldn't have picked a better week to sleep through because it was a very busy week for me. My friend Jacob was in with his girlfriend, and they went to Paris. But they hung around for a couple of days, and then went to Paris and had a great little week vacation, and then they came back and they were here for another couple of days, and then they flew out again. And which is great, but it shifts all the other stuff that I have going on during the week.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, oh, there's an extra person I have to work around times two because there was two people. So, but it's always good to see him, and I'm glad I'm glad I'm glad to be a place where people feel comfortable staying a couple of days on their way to other places. So that honestly works for me.
Now I'm trying to remember, was Jake the best man at your wedding?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now he was the one that, like, when I was down there and I blew my tire on that Amish license plate. He was the one that had the car that came and picked me up so I could make it to the rehearsal. Correct? He had a small little
The Infinity.
Yeah, shout out to Jake for picking me up after I blew my tire out on an Amish license plate.
That was so. What are the odds? First of
Right?
all,
Out of
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
everything. It could have been like a nail off a horseshoe. It could have been it could have been a fucking horse, and it would have made more fucking sense than the fact that I ran over a license plate that fell off the back of a buggy.
Yep.
A goddamn Amish. Oh my god.
Oh, it's a thing.
It was quite the adventure, and I believe that was like the same day I got there too. It wasn't even like into like anything. Like, I got in, checked in. Hey, let's all hop in the truck and go run over a fucking. Oh my god.
I think that's exactly how it went down.
Yeah. Luckily, Papa Carl was going on his bike, and he helped me change the tire. We were able to make it to a rehearsal dinner because yours was a little bit different than I think the traditional like process, because you really didn't have like a rehearsal dinner. You had more like a rehearsal lunch.
Yeah. It was actually, I believe, a rehearsal brunch.
Brunch, yeah.
Yeah, we did the rehearsal, and then we went to brunch, and then we took a couple hours off, and then we got hitched.
Yeah. Which that brunch was amazing.
Oh god, it was so good.
Shout out to that place. I can't remember the name of it, but I
I
think
don't even remember if it's still open, but the chef is tremendous.
yeah, I think there was like some kind of stuffed French toast there that I went ham on that shit as soon as I got back. I was like, I just changed a tire. I'm hungry. Fuck this. We're on it.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good food all around. Except for the planter I drank out of. Everything was delicious.
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, trust me, I'll never fucking forget. I'm sure Ryan will never let me forget either. Did I ever tell you about the awkward moment with the stuffed green peppers I went through at your wedding?
No,
Cool.
I
Let
don't
me
think
share.
so.
Let me share this real quick, and then we're gonna dive into that freaking happened segment. So, for those of you who don't know, Cartoon Joe got married in this Amish town in this beautiful remodeled like barn where they had like venues and stuff, and really cool. And like the surrounding buildings were like set up for like photos and graphs. Really fun, cool. I got a picture of him, Cartoon Joe, with a chair that I still have in a photo from in my living room from his wedding day. It's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was catered in. They had a lot of different foods and everything, and they had meat, and then they had some vegetarian options for those people who don't eat meat, vegans or vegetarians or whoever was there. And I think the biggest mistake was allowing the wedding party to eat first, because the wedding party was full of bigger guys. So when you see a buffet style that's laid out and everything, it's a free fall. You fucking grab your shit and go. And so I filled my plate with like everything I saw. I think there was like a meatloaf kind of thing there, and there was some brisket, and there were these stuffed peppers at the far end. It was just like peppers and cheese and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm sold. I'm grabbing everything. Well, I think everyone kind of follows suit. I'm not gonna take credit or blame for the fact that everyone was grabbing this stuff too. But halfway through, they started to run low on these peppers, and it comes to find out that that was the vegetarian option for
Mm.
everybody who couldn't eat meat. To the point where somebody had to make an announcement about people not grabbing these things because those are for those who cannot eat meat. I think I grabbed like two of them. Actually, I think I snuck back in
Oh.
line the second time around and grabbed more food before the announcement was made. And I think at that point, I already drank the fucking water from the vase, so I kind of like I felt like I owed myself something. But yeah, no, there was a moment where you almost ran out of vegetarian option, and that was because Fetty Fat Travis
Oh
dipped it up.
boy.
Yeah,
I forgot about that completely.
I
Oh
sure
well.
did. I sure did. Not when it involves me, Joe. No, I'm just kidding. Oh fuck, Joe.
Ah, it
What
doesn't matter. You know, I didn't even get to spend any time at my wedding because we were taking pictures the whole damn time. So it's all good.
That's the one thing that I've always noticed when it came to weddings is like really the bride and groom don't get a chance to enjoy the reception because well, I mean, and like I said, like yours was a little bit different because like we're trying to get all this stuff done in like one day. But
Yeah, and
that,
we had to be like out of there by like 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night instead of midnight, and that
yeah,
1 hour makes a difference.
it definitely does it. I mean, luckily we got an opportunity to kind of hang out at the hotel afterwards.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Um, but I mean, like when it comes to any wedding, like like the bride and groom, they have to walk around and thank everybody and say, hey, I appreciate you coming and shake hands and stuff like that. And I just like, I mean, I feel bad for every bride and groom who spend all this money on this entire like reception that's for the celebration of their wedding, and they really don't get to enjoy it because they spend half their time walking around thanking people.
Yep.
It makes no sense
I
to me.
don't
It's
know.
like yeah, it's like I told my cousin Sean after he got married. I'm like, listen, man, just make a huge announcement at the table. Thank everyone for showing up. You guys send out the thank you cards. Don't worry about going table to table. Go up to the grandparents. Go up to your parents, immediate family. Everyone else, they get it. Like, cause I'm sure that everyone else has felt that way at one point in time when they got married. Like, geez, I didn't get a chance to enjoy my reception because I had to do this, that, or the other thing. Um, I did feel
Right?
bad for your one buddy though. They kind of like had to hermit himself upstairs with the music. And he kind of
Oh, I didn't. I didn't
did.
feel bad for him at all
Why is that?
because we actually gave him money to be a DJ, and he did not do the DJ job very well.
Just kind of put the iPod on shuffle.
Well, he didn't even really do that. He would queue up like 5 songs, leave the nest, and then forget to go back by the time the songs were over.
Leave the nest.
Yeah. So I don't know. He's actually a pretty successful DJ now, but it was really a bummer because I thought he was gonna I thought I was given a real opportunity to be a real DJ.
Mm. I,
So
there was one couple that I wish to God I could remember. God, I'm so bad with fucking names, but I'm so God. Thank God I can remember food. But I'm so shitty when it comes to names. But there was a couple that I was hanging out with at your wedding because there were two different levels to the area you got married at, and we just went around to all the tables and shit. And we just finished off everyone's bottle of wine that they left.
oh nice.
Yeah, like I think there was one point. I think we had like 6 bottles of wine. They're all like half full, a quarter full, 3/4 full. We're just like fuck, we're just combining these up and fucking just drink them down. It's like somebody's got to drink them. Obviously, they paid
Hmm.
for it. So I felt like I did you a favor. I don't want to call myself a hero, but they not all wear capes. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm glad because we paid for a certain number of drinks, and I don't know that everybody had them. I left the venue with like 18 drink tickets
Yeah, yeah,
because
no,
as people left, they'd give me their extra tickets.
should have used them, man.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance. By the time we got back, the bar was closing down.
Yeah, because you had to walk around and thank everyone for showing up.
No, I didn't even get a chance to do that. I was taking pictures the whole damn time.
Oh fuck, Joe, what do you got for that freaking happened?
This is actually a really busy week historically. One of my favorite things actually happened today, in 1863. Abraham Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
incredible speech, one of the greatest speeches of all time. Fewer than 275 words, and it was delivered, I believe, in under 4 minutes. And when he finished speaking, the crowd was so in awe that they didn't know what to do. So they didn't applaud, they didn't hoot, they didn't holler. They just kind of sat there like, that was incredible. Is there more? And so Lincoln actually thought it was a great failure until he heard in the paper the next day that actually it was one of the greatest speeches of all time. So
I like to believe that was the invention of the slow clap.
yeah, it might have been.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I almost went with that as my choice because of the episode we're going to be doing here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I went with some different, and it was something maybe to the world is equally as historical as Gettysburg Address. We recently had the launch of Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
So I went with November 18th, 1928. Steamboat Willie, Disney's first cartoon with synchronized sound, is released. Mickey's voice was provided by none other than Walt Disney himself. The Disney Company celebrated Mickey's birthday. On this day, Mickey had first appeared in the silent version of Plain Crazy 6 months earlier. So apparently Mickey Mouse's birthday was yesterday. So
nice.
Happy birthday, Mickey. I believe it's here, 1928. Fuck, that puts him at what, 91 years old?
Yep.
Dang.
Sure
Good
does.
job.
I believe he enters the public domain next year.
Dang, good job for you, Mouse.
Yeah. Ha
Have you did you sign up for Disney Plus? Did you join
I
that?
did not. I did not. I've been thinking about it. I'm currently borrowing a password. But I'm thinking about maybe getting a group together and paying for it collectively, because it's like you get 7 logins with each thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I heard because there's multiple options on, and I mean the cool thing about Disney is like they give you choices, because I hear you can either pay $7 a month or $70 for the year.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, if you have Verizon, you have the unlimited plan on Verizon, you could also get Disney for the first year free. And
Yep.
I also heard there's some package you could do for $11.99 a month, where you get Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus all together.
Yep.
So it feels like they're doing everything they can to really stick it to Netflix.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I will say, if you do the package, any of the packages with Hulu, it's basically the free version of Hulu. So you're going to have to watch ads.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, which is a bummer, but at the same time, like, it might be worth it if that's, if you don't already have Hulu, it's probably worth it. If you like, Rob Bass has already had like the I think $11.99 Hulu package.
Mm-hmm.
So he just has Disney Plus,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I don't know, it's worth it. I mean, it's a great, especially if you like Disney, Pixar, Marvel, National Geographic. It's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah. Why is National Geographic part of this?
I have no idea. I wonder if it didn't come with the 20th Century Fox stuff when they purchased that.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. That's my guess, but I honestly haven't looked into it. But speaking of which, the 21st Century Fox stuff, like all of The Simpsons is on Disney Plus.
Yeah, when's Lisa becoming a Disney princess?
Yeah, right? Looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh God, yeah, no, Joe. Let me know about the Disney group, man. I may get involved in that.
Yeah,
because I heard there's a lot of cool things on there. I mean, obviously, like I know a few people who have it. Sherry obviously has it because this is her life.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple people from work have it as well, and they talked about like they're watching like Even Stevens and Lizzie McGuire and fucking Boy Meets World on there. Something like some of those classic like after school TV shows and shit are all on there. It's like, man, it's almost worth it just for that.
Right? Yeah, it's actually just scrolling through the titles is its own nostalgia trip, and it's almost like there's too much to watch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right, Joe. So, as we spoke about last week, I mean, obviously last week was election day, not for Illinois, but for other places, or not so much us, but other places and everything, which is obviously going to be the election day for the presidency next year in 2020. I figured that we're going to break our own rules and we're going to get a little political here on the episode. We're going to talk about some presidents and we're going to talk about, if we believe they did a good job and stuff like that, just by giving you some names. And I think originally what the idea was is we're going to pick our favorite presidents and kind of rank them and stuff like that. But I kind of wanted to change it up. And instead, I'm just going to list off some presidents. And we're just going to come to a common agreement. If we felt they're a good president, then like, yeah, they're good. If not, then maybe we'll find some kind of alternative to replace them with like, yeah, they were okay, but this one's better, or something like that. It's really hard to explain it without giving away what we're about to do, but I don't want to give it away until we actually do it. But we spoke about it before we started recording, so you know what the plan is.
Yep.
So
I'm ready.
Yeah, and for those
Ready
listeners out there,
to talk about how much better James K. Polk is than Millard Fillmore.
Perfect. Let's get political. We're gonna get political. All right.
Sorry.
That was beautiful, Joe.
Thank you.
God, let me see if I can find the right thing. I don't know why. How the fuck does Google fucking work? I don't even know anymore. What the hell am I even doing? I think I keep clicking on the wrong one every fucking time. Wait, that's Piaton. Joe, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore here, bro. Oh my god, Starbucks gift card. What the fuck am I doing on Google? I don't know what the hell. iPad.
I don't know.
I know. Oh, no, found it. There we go. Thank God. I almost gave up on myself, Joe.
Don't ever give up on yourself.
Follow your star, bro.
Follow your star.
Which I do believe. We're giving out our next Follow Your Star award next week.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I can't believe we're already at the end of the month. Woo!
I know, right? It's so crazy. All right, Joe. We're gonna start out first with Frank Underwood in The House of Cards, as portrayed by Kevin Spacey.
Tremendous. Not. I'm no longer a big Spacey fan with everything that's come out about him, but yes. He did do a hell of a job in that role. I really enjoyed him in it.
All right, so we're agreeing good presidency, but not a good person in the presidency.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
It's probably true of most presidents, to be honest with you.
Okay, let's see here. So we're good with him. We're good with him. And like I said, there's. If you guys, I'll just tell you guys what we're doing. It's so much easier than me trying to keep portraying this. We're talking about movie presidents. People who portrayed presidents in movies, whether they've been portraying a real president that has actually happened, or a non-realistic presidential character. We're just gonna go by the president who portrayed them. If we felt that they did a good job as that president, we're just going to keep with them. If we don't, we're just going to pick a different movie that they played in. And of course, I'm going to skip through a lot of these people because I don't know who the fuck they are. I'll go with this one because you kind of remind me who he is. So Bryan Cranston played LBJ in the movie All the Way.
I have not seen that movie, but I am a firm believer in Bryan Cranston and his ability to completely nail any acting role he does. So I assume he was a tremendous president in that movie.
Excellent. Yeah, we go off beliefs too. I mean, there's a good chance we didn't. I mean, I know I didn't see a lot of these movies, but knowing the actors, I'll go with a strong belief. I mean, that's what all elections are based on, right? I believe they're going to do a good job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Rob Lowe played JFK in Killing Kennedy. I actually saw this, and he didn't do a bad job. I liked it, and what's weird is like it's hard to find, like, when somebody truly portrays JFK, it's hard to find someone who didn't do it right. Rob Lowe, I want to say he's very similar to like how you described Cranston. How Cranston, I can't remember if you did it on the recording or not, but he really dives into any role he plays, and I think Rob Lowe's no different, especially when we look at like how he portrayed in Parks and Rec or Tommy Boy.
Yeah, or even his character in The West Wing.
Yes.
Tremendous political actor.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I honestly, if you asked me who should play JFK, I would pick Rob Lowe.
Yeah. He has like that. My God, he has like that pretty boy look too.
Yeah,
Which if you
yeah.
ever
And when
get,
you go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead, man. Go ahead, please.
Oh, I was gonna say, and if you think about like people who are like the people they played, Rob Lowe had that threesome with that 16-year-old girl that was on videotape a few years ago. I say
Yeah.
a few years ago, like way back at the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
And JFK was a robot powered by sex. So
That's true. If you ever get a chance, you need to look up the history of the Kennedy family because that whole fucking family
oh
is
my
screwed
God,
up, man.
it is crazy.
God.
I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Behind the Bastards, and they did one on Joe Kennedy, who was the father, the patriarch of the Kennedy family.
Mhm.
Woo! What a bastard!
All right, this one's gonna be a little bit special because these are 5 actors who played 5 different presidents in the same movie.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it's a movie called The Butler. If you guys don't know what The Butler is, it's basically a movie about a butler who was a butler in the White House during 5 different presidential terms. So, first one here is Alan Rickman, who played Ronald Reagan in The Butler.
All right.
I don't think Rickman has the Reagan voice.
Oh, I believe that completely that he
Yeah,
does not. His voice is so deep.
yeah. But if you ever get a chance to look, I mean, like he almost has a Reagan fucking look. And what's weird is like every time I think Reagan now, I just think of like Family Guy Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan smash. I'm
I
sorry,
can't, I
Reagan
can't,
smash.
I can't unsee Family Guy Reagan.
No, I can't either.
Um,
Reagan sleepy.
being
Uh,
being being Rickman, I bet he pulled off Reagan pretty well.
I'm sure he did it great, but I will. I think Alan Rickman's another one of the great actors of our time, and it's such a shame that he died.
Yeah.
Uh, but I also think that the way he played Severus Snape will go down in history as one of the greatest performances of all time.
Absolutely. And side note, he also was in Die Hard. That is not a Christmas movie. So John Cusack.
He was
So,
he was in arguably the best Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard. That's right.
the Harry Potter was not a Christmas movie. The-
Did you
where-
know that was just as a sidebar? I know we got to move on, but did you know that Die Hard role was pretty much the first major acting role that Rickman had?
that I did not know. I figured he was playing like back in the day. So
Yeah,
like,
no, he didn't really get started acting until he was in his 40s.
oh shit, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled it off. You know, I was like, I don't know a lot of the history of Rickman. I'm gonna take a very strong assumption guess right now and say he did a lot of Broadway before he got onto film. And
I
could
have
be
no
completely
idea,
wrong.
but I could hear that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He seems like a Broadway type guy.
that seems fair.
Yeah. This one I don't understand. John Cusack played Richard Nixon in The Butler.
Oh God, why?
I have no idea. I know who John Cusack is. I know who Nixon is. They do not look similar whatsoever.
No, I think I'm looking at the same article as you, and terrible, terrible. All of these guys look so much like the person they're playing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I never really know how I feel about John Cusack until I see him in the movie that I'm thinking about. Like Con Air, fucking love it. Hot Tub Time Machine, no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, he's real hit or miss, and I'm pretty sure he always plays like a narcissistic, like self-centered romantic who is like gaslighting women into falling in love with him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna pass on John Cusack as Richard Nixon. I'm gonna replace him with John Cusack from Con Air.
Perfect. I think that's a great pick.
Yeah. This one also kind of surprises me. If I remember who this guy is correctly, Leaf Schreiber as LBJ. Leaf Schreiber, now he plays Sabretooth in X-Men, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, I, I mean, he pulls off LBJ pretty well. I think the hair should be a little bit darker, but he was
Hmm.
also in The Butler. So I gotta see this Butler movie. I mean, I bet it was actually a pretty
Yeah,
good
right.
fucking movie.
Looks pretty
Um,
stacked cast wise too. And honestly, you got to think about one thing I know about LBJ is that he was famous for literal dick measuring contests. And if I had to pick an X-Man who was most likely to get into a dick measuring contest, it would be Sabretooth. So,
oh, it's gotta be. Plus, he has that same kind of look on his face.
yeah, that hungry look.
Yeah.
Like, no one will ever love me as much as they love JFK, but my dick's bigger.
This one also kind of confuses me, but maybe you think it makes sense, but I'm not sure. Robin Williams played Eisenhower in The Butler.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that.
It's I gotta see the movie. I need to see the movie based on just this alone because first off, I don't know what kind of movie this is, if it's a comedy or whatever. Um, outside of 1 hour photo, I don't know if I've ever seen a non-comedy Robin Williams movie.
Yeah. I think what's the one where he plays like a kid's TV mascot?
Oh, a kids TV mascot.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it. It was like Killing Snoopy or I don't remember. That one was a fairly serious one, and it was terrible. It was
Mm.
a very forgettable movie, except for the fact that there's a scene that popped into my head as I'm talking to you of Robin Williams dressed in like a purple dinosaur suit, and he's just running from something.
Are you mixing up Robin Williams with Barney again there, Joe?
No, but that's kind of what the movie is like.
I don't know. Ever since my schizophrenic remake of Mrs. Doubtfire 2 and shit like that, I haven't been able to think of Robin Williams any other different. So um I want to see the Butler because I want to see how he does with Eisenhower. But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, Eisenhower is a very strong character to try to play, war veteran and stuff like that. And plus, Ron Williams does not have that look to what I believe would play Eisenhower. If you're gonna play Eisenhower, you need like a almost like bulimic like Anthony Hopkins.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I'm
it
gonna.
was death to Smoochie, and he wasn't in the purple rhino. It was a rhinoceros suit.
Ooh,
It was actually Edward Norton that was
oh
in
dang,
that. But
the Hulk.
Robin Williams was also in it, but he wasn't in the dinosaur suit.
Gotcha. I'm gonna replace Robin Williams' Dwight Eisenhower, and I'm gonna replace it with what I believe was the best Robin Williams movie, and that's gotta be Jumanji.
Ooh. I see your Jumanji, and I'm gonna see if I raise it. Got to think for a second.
Mhm.
I will raise you a Patch Adams.
Oh God, Patch Adams! I forgot about Patch Adams for a second. That's a good one. Oh dang! I can't go above Patch Adams. I can't. No, Flubber. Not even Flubber could beat Patch
Ooh,
Adams.
Flubber is good though.
Flubber is good, but I don't think it's Patch Adams. I guess it kind of depends on what kind of attitude you're looking for. Are you looking for like a comedy that'll tug at your heartstrings, or you're just looking for some goofy all around? Now there was that one. Was it that fucking robot movie he was in? Was that AI?
Oh yeah. Not AI. It was Oh man, what was that movie?
I can't remember. I wasn't a fan of it. I just remember that. I did not like it.
Bicentennial Man.
There you go. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. No, I'm gonna agree with you on Patch Adams because I fucking love that movie, and it's one of those movies that also encourages older folk not to give up on their dreams.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we'll do a couple. We'll only do a couple more here and everything. No, I don't want to do that one. Here we go. Jamie Foxx plays James Sawyer in White House Down. Now, for you guys who are getting this confused, this is not the Gerard Butler Morgan Freeman movie. This is the other black guy with the other white guy, fucking White House being attacked movie that came out pretty much the same fucking year. Which
Yep.
I never understood how Channing Tatum is rescuing the White House the same year Gerard Butler is rescuing the White House. But Jamie Foxx plays President James Sawyer in White House Down, which is funny because if you actually Google James Sawyer, it has a fandom page where they talk about the actual James Sawyer character as a real life president, where I believe he won the 2014 and 2016 election.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to watch White House Down? And by White House Down, I mean the updated version of Olympus Has Fallen.
I haven't seen it. I have heard that it is the best Die Hard movie since Die Hard 3.
It's a good movie. I like Olympus Has Fallen more, but I'm a huge Gerard Butler fan.
That's fair. Have you heard there's a new, it was like Olympus Has Fallen, and then there's
London.
another one.
Yeah.
Oh, London Has Fallen, and there's a new one coming out that's like Earth Has Fallen or something.
Yeah, Olympus Has Fallen was the original one, which is a great fucking movie. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, I'd recommend doing it. And then London Has Fallen, which again, Gerard Butler and Morgan Freeman are there. And then once again, there's a third one. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but Gerard Butler is Morgan Freeman again. And apparently they're accusing Gerard Butler of murdering the president, even though he saved him twice in two different countries, on two different continents. But hey, whatever.
It's so weird. I heard they're making like 5 of them total in that series. Or
I believe
like that. Yeah.
I believe it. Fuck
I don't know how you get the stakes higher.
God, I don't know.
It's baffling to me.
Planet has fallen. They're going to be on fucking Mars.
Right? Yeah.
Damn.
Mars has fallen. That'd be funny.
Jamie Foxx played a great president in this movie, but I'm actually going to change this to Django Unchained.
I was going to say the same thing.
I fucking love that movie. I think that was also my favorite Leo DiCaprio movie.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
The fact that he busted his hand open on accident and they kept it in the movie made it so much better.
Absolutely, and I love the guy who plays the I can't remember his name all of a sudden, but the guy who plays the bounty hunter. The German.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my favorite. I love him. I love that he's in so many Tarantino films.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of that guy, whose name I can't remember.
All right. We're going to wrap this up on one last guy, and that's Daniel Day-Lewis, who played Abraham Lincoln in Lincoln.
I haven't seen it. I've heard that it is one of the best portrayals of Lincoln ever, though.
Yeah, and it's God, yeah, and I think this is the 2012 Spielberg one too.
I believe that.
Yeah, 2000, which ironically, in 2012, Daniel Day-Lewis portrayed Lincoln in the movie Lincoln, but also in 2012, Benjamin Walker portrayed Lincoln in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh, nice! I didn't know they made a movie.
Oh, they did, and I own it.
Tremendous.
Joe, you're going to come out here so we can order some combo subs from fucking Tony's Pizza while we watch Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Absolutely. I'm so in.
It's such a good fuck. I own the book too. I don't know where the fuck it's at. I think it's supposed to be. Oh wait, no, there it is. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter by Seth Graham Smith.
Tremendous.
I got the book. I got the movie. Guess which one I watched and which one I didn't read.
You've watched the book. You haven't read the movie.
Exactly. If you know me like you know me, you know I have subtitles on my movies. So I fucking read. I read that fucking movie. I have to. And it's not because I can't hear when I'm watching a movie. It's because I can't hear over people talking while I'm trying to watch my fucking movie.
100%. I also can't hear when I'm watching a movie. So,
how do you think Daniel Day-Lewis did do as Lincoln?
I'm sure he did tremendous because he is really good in everything he does. Although I do think the way he plays the character in There Will Be Blood is my favorite Daniel Day-Lewis I've ever seen. So I'm gonna switch out for that personally. But
I'm gonna try to trump that, and I'm gonna say Gangs of New York.
Oh, how did I forget about Gangs of New York?
Right. Also, a DiCaprio movie, man.
Yes, it was.
But God, that character, that fucking character. There was a point in my life when I watched that movie, and I had to been like a preteen where I was like, I want to grow up to be this Daniel Day-Lewis.
100%. Or like any of the, I really wanted to be Seamus, the Irish guy with the big
Oh
stick.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember because oh crap, I think I just draw a blank in the movie. But Daniel Day-Lewis' character, he had the razor blades, right? The
Razor.
the shaving blades, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
He sure did.
yeah.
He was Bill the Butcher.
Yeah, God, it was such a good fucking movie, and I gotta see this Lincoln. I have to. Abraham Lincoln is in my top 5 favorite presidents to learn about throughout history. So I gotta see this one. But God, that fucking Gangs in New York, man, you can't mess with that shit.
No, you can't. He's so good.
Yeah,
Man, can't believe I forgot about Gangs of New York. Good pull.
right. It's been in my mind ever since I saw Daniel Day-Lewis come up. I'm like, Daniel Day-Lewis, the first thing that always comes to mind. Even when he got nominated for that movie, what the fuck was that movie? Silk or something like that, or the Threadless
Mm-hmm.
or the Thread. Um,
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is. But even when that came up, I'm like, no, you can't do it to the Gangs in New York, man. Fuck.
Right?
No, I mean, now we finally gave everyone what they want. We went political on the show. We talked about
Mm-hmm.
presidencies and everything. We gave the pros and cons, and hopefully that would tide them over until the next time we don't do this.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah. But doing so on the show gave me an idea that we're going to do in December, and we're going to rank the non-Christmas movies. I'm going to do that for you
Perfect. I love that.
because I feel like our fans want to see something like that.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Guys, make sure you join us next week as we celebrate Thanksgiving our own little way. Talk about a little about some Thanksgiving history and stuff like that, and just enjoy talking about that as we roll into the end of the month and we do our Follow Your Star Award and all that jazz. And of course, you can find our show here every week. Released sometime between Thursday and Saturday, depending on when we get the recording done, edited, and released back out. And you can find it on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Podbean just by searching This Freaking Show. And make sure you follow us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at This Freaking Show. And to remind all you guys that we are part of the FreakNet Studios as a collaboration group between This Freaking Show, Just Freaking Wrestling, that's hosted by Dizzle J and myself, and The Gray Area that's hosted by Sarge. All 3 shows can be found on iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean just by searching those respective names: The Gray Area, Just Freaking Wrestling, and This Freaking Show. Joe, what are you freaking thinking about?
Gosh, I had an answer right up until you asked me. I am freaking.
I can go first if you like.
Oh, that would be great.
Awesome,
That would be
yeah.
great. What are you
Yeah.
freaking thinking about?
Well, I made a decision today, Joe, as I was sitting at work and lunch, kind of thinking about what we're going to do for this episode and how we're going to talk about presidents and the election. Things were running through my head. I decided today that in March or April, I can't remember which date it was, but March of April of 2021, I am going to put my name on the ballot to get elected to the Peatone Board of Trustees.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought to myself, I was like, I see a lot of people, a lot of fucking keyboard warriors on Facebook who do nothing but bitch on the Peatone community pages about how much the town sucks, about how no one cares, and how they're not doing anything about it. And yet nobody else wants to do anything about it other than just bitch on social media.
For sure.
And and in all due reality and all honesty and seriousness, I don't talk politics online. I just don't do it. I have my own political views and everything. People who are close to me know what they are. Joe knows who they are. My family knows what my views are and everything. But I don't put them on social media because, first off, it never does anyone good to sit there and give your own beliefs that are going to contradict other people when they have an agenda on trying to create an argument. So I keep them to myself.
Sure.
Well,
and Facebook is designed to be an outrage engine.
Yeah, and it's one of and like Explain that to me because I wanted to say something that I agreed with that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to agree with it if I say it.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by
So when someone posts a political opinion, the Facebook algorithm will look at it and go, okay, who is going to hate this the most, and who is going to love this the most, and then it'll show that opinion to those people and not the people in between. And so, like, say I post something that Facebook knows you're going to disagree with, Facebook is going to show it to you to try and get you to get on and argue with me.
oh,
Yeah. And so
that?
it just, yeah, because it's the goal is to, the more people argue, the more people are on the site. The more people are on the site, and the more time people spend on it, the more money Facebook makes from ads. And so they really want people to be on the site, and so they try to create those arguments to make people be on as long as possible.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. What I was going to say had nothing to do with what you just described. So I'm glad I went back to you on that. But no, that makes a lot of sense because I do see a lot of things on social media that really relates to like that, which makes no sense because I know that like when it comes to me and my Facebook, there's a lot of like wrestling stuff I follow, and I see none of that. But I see a
Mm-hmm.
lot of shit about what's going on in the current events here. But anyways, so being part of the Peloton page and everything, I see a lot of people bitching about how things are happening in the town and they want to bitch about it. But instead of going to like the meetings and stuff that are held twice a month in our town to that's open to the floor of the community, they'd rather
Mm-hmm.
just sit on Facebook and bitch about it. And the sad part is half the people bitching are former residents who've moved away. And all they can
Uh,
say is like, and all they say is like, I can't believe the town's going to shit. No wonder I got out of there. It's like, well, if you got out of there, then get off the fucking page. Quit bitching about it. But
right.
I felt like, I've been in this town my whole life. I grew up in this town. And no disrespect to anyone on the board and trustees when I say this, it's an older group of people. And I
Sure.
think that they really want to stay involved in how they saw things run in like the 80s and the 90s and even the early 2000s. And like, oh, it worked here. Why not just keep it that way? Now, I have noticed watching some of the board videos that, yeah, some of them are adapt or are willing to see new things come in, but it's just not enough. And I think if maybe I could get on the board and become a trustee to the community, maybe that would kind of open their eyes to new younger ideas, but at the same time get the younger people of the town more involved in a hands-on way rather than just a behind the screen of a computer kind of way. So
Nice.
I decided I went into the village today and I asked them about it, and they told me how they just had an election this past April that nobody knew registered to be involved in it. It was just revotes of previous people and everything, and that the next election is going to be in March or April of 2021. The packet comes out in December. There's going to be a petition that's got to be signed in order to get put on the ballot and everything. So this is me announcing that I will be running for Peloton Board trustee in 2021 to hopefully get into a 4-year term and helping my town grow and be the next maybe Mantino or Moni that we are surrounded by that is constantly growing, and yet we're being so left behind and not being noticed. So
Nice.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, and make sure you're around because I'm gonna need some help with some speeches and shit like that. Cause
Yeah.
I was talking to my grandmother about this and everything. She's like, "Well, you're gonna, campaigns cost money. You're gonna have to get signs and all that stuff." And I feel like, yeah, maybe I will have to get signs, but at the same time, it's 2019. I'll just fucking use social media.
Right.
I'll go to door to door and greet people, but I'm like, why don't I gotta stick a sign in their fucking, their yard? They're just gonna throw it away when the election's over, and that's just me losing money.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna need.
yeah, you're and like no offense to Peter, and it's small enough. I think you could go door to door pretty
Yeah,
easily, and I think most of the people in town already. You
yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I think, and I'm not sure if it was a joke or not, but I posted on Snapchat saying I was going to run for trustee, and brother Nick actually responded back. He's like, "No, you're not. I am." I'm not sure if he was serious or not, but I think Nick is actually going to run as well. So there's going to be
Nice.
two. There's going to be two brothers running for. I believe there's 4 available trustee seats that are going to be up
Oh,
for election. So,
cool.
Joe, I'm gonna invite you to be my campaign manager.
Oh, nice. Sounds like fun.
So I'm going to need some help from my friends as I pursue my first campaign into government. And who knows, maybe one day I too could play a president on TV. What about you?
I like the way you put that. That was really good.
Right? What about you, Joe? What are you freaking thinking about?
I'm so enraptured in what you said. I totally lost my thing. But if I had to pick something, I would pick The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. We've been kind of watching it and reviewing it for Geekcast Live, which you can find Saturdays usually in the morning at violentpress.com. And it's a really good show. It is, as Rob Bass put it, it is the Star Wars show, the Star Wars movie I've always wanted. It's gritty. It feels a lot more realistic. It is. I mean, it's only 2 episodes in, so it has a lot of time to disappoint me. But so far, it has been really, really, really good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it unfolds as the story goes.
Yeah, somebody mentioned how Disney Plus is doing that. Like the movies that they're creating, they're not releasing it all at once. Is like a binge kind of thing. Now, is that something that is that something that's going to be consistent, or is that just new because it's a new stream?
I honestly have no idea. I get the feeling that it's going to be something that they do in the short term. I don't know if they're going to do it forever or if it's going to be like depending on the show. You know, like this is the kind of show that you really need a week to watch and rewatch stuff.
Gotcha.
I think versus like some of the shows that Netflix would make, where you really, if you watched it week to week, you'd lose interest. You know.
I got you. Now, and so this show does it tie into Star Wars itself, or is it just a Star Wars theme that's its own entity?
I think it's its own entity, but we're gonna see. I think as the story goes, but it takes place 5 years after the Return of the Jedi, so it takes place after the original trilogy, and it takes place before the new trilogy. So it may not affect it at all. It might. I don't know yet.
So could it be very similar to like how Agents of Shield was to like the Marvel MCU?
Yeah, it could very well be.
Okay, yeah, because they're also coming out with like the Loki show, the Falcon, Winter Soldier, and then was it Scarlet? Not Scarlet. Yeah,
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch.
WandaVision. Yeah, and Hawkeye, I think.
Man, so much. I gotta get Disney.
Yeah, it is. It is an insane amount of content. It almost makes me sick.
Yeah. All right, new plan, Joe. We're gonna get Disney Plus together. We're going to get some Italian combos while we watch Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and then we're gonna work on my campaign.
Perfect.
These are our goals.
This sounds good.
Do. Joe, I know you already mentioned it, but I'm not gonna forget. I'm not gonna end this show without doing it.
All right.
God, my nose is all stuffed up. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Every week, our listeners can catch Cartoon Joe here on This Freakin' Show, but that's only an hour a week. Now, people just like me, an hour a week of Cartoon Joe just isn't enough. So, what can we do for those people who need just an extra hour of Cartoon Joe in their week?
If you need more Cartoon Joe, you can find me over the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Google Play, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Perfect. Guys, again, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at This Freakin' Show. You can find our show every week on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Podbean just by searching This Freakin' Show. This Freakin' Show is now part of Freak Nest Studios alongside JFW, Just Freakin' Wrestling, and The Gray Area as we join forces together in a collaboration. Make sure you support those pages as well on Facebook and check out those podcasts that are released every week as well. As always, I am Travis State.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show. I'm out.